Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film Gladiator 2, directed by Ridley Scott. Oh Ridley, I despair. You've made some of the most iconic films ever. Alien, Blade Runner, masterpieces. The original Gladiator, fantastic. Thelma and Louise, even House of Gucci, I really enjoyed that. But then you have produced some real turkeys, and this one probably crowns them all. What a waste. Clearly a lot of effort has gone into making this film, but it just wasn't worth it. Going to all that trouble and you come up with this. For me, it's too similar to the first film. It's like they made a list of all the things that worked in the first film and then formulaically put them in this film. It literally felt like there was a checklist of, oh, that worked in the first film, let's put it in this film. I thought the first Gladiator was absolutely thrilling when I saw it for the first time, and I didn't find this thrilling once. They made a big thing out of building a Colosseum for real, but then the CGI that they used at quite a lot of points in the film was just really rubbish. The sea battle at the beginning, there was just something off about the boats in the water. And worse, those monkey dog things that they have to fight the first time they're in the arena, they just looked so clunky and amateurish for the budget that must have been spent on this film. I just can't believe how bad the CGI looked. I do like the actor Paul Mescal. I've seen him in After Sun, All of Us Strangers. He's a great actor. But I just didn't think he worked compared to Russell Crowe. I think he could have worked if they'd come up with a more original story, but instead they just tried to make him another Russell Crowe, and that didn't work. I'm not convinced about Maximus being the father of Lucius. It just doesn't seem consistent. In the first film, when Lucius meets Maximus, he's already a young boy, and Lucilla, the mother, says in Gladiator 2 that Maximus was a good dad, yet when they meet in the first film, there's no hint that he's the biological father. I just find this unconvincing, and this kind of inconsistency does trip me up. I was so disappointed with the music. Hans Zimmer said he didn't want to be involved in the second film because the music in the first was so perfect, and he felt he couldn't do better. And I think there was a real message in that. I think the first film, in so many ways, including the music, is perfect. It's a great film, and perhaps they just shouldn't have made a second film. But in relation to the music, we do hear plenty of snippets of the original. We keep getting hints of it, but I felt the new compositions just weren't as good. If they couldn't create fantastic new music, I think they should have just used the original music as it was. But instead, we got this kind of halfway house of a bit of the old music with some new music. And for me, it was just disappointing because the first music is so iconic. The one thing I did really like was Denzel Washington. And at least this was one original bit of the story, the kind of political intrigue. Though even this did become a bit predictable and one-dimensional. Denzel's such a great actor, and he definitely steals every scene that he's in. But he just felt wasted in such a rubbish film. I will give Ridley a little bit of credit. He's 86 years old. It's incredible to be making such a big film as this, such a mammoth work. And I can appreciate that it's impossible to hit the peaks of Alien or Blade Runner many times in a career. But just to churn out junk is such a waste. I really admire Francis Ford Coppola for Megalopolis. I didn't love the film, but it's a passion project for him. He made it even though it was a creative risk. It didn't totally succeed, but I admire this. There's nothing to admire about Gladiator 2. I definitely don't recommend it. Don't bother watching it. Go back and watch the original because it's such a great film. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.